The Devil card is another one of the cards that are the practice cards. It's about how we do things in life. It's when we consciously approach situations. It is a state by which we approach that. Drawn in the reverse position, this particular card would show that the energies associated with the drawing of it is inappropriate use of animalistic aspects of the human experience. It's being harmful with regards to learning the lessons associated with the flesh. So it is bondage, addiction, sexuality, inhibitions, blocks, fears, taboo, behavior, testing cultural norms, following bodily impulses in the form of being out of control. Reversed, the card hints towards demonic behavior. You're out of control. You intentionally harm people. You're in a state where you intentionally inflicting pain upon the other person, or you're confusing the aspects of pleasure and pain. You're confusing the aspects of tache and gluttony. Basically, you're going out of your way to abuse the energy, to abuse the power. And this is the animalistic energy that takes you into, rather than the supernatural, it would be the anti-natural. It would be going against what is natural. The card would say that you've pushed into things, that you're exploring things that should not be explored. It's against the cultural norms, and you're doing it intentionally. You're doing it without consent. You're doing it in an unethical way. You're doing it in an unsustainable way. You're doing it in an immoral way. You're doing this. The environment is bondage. It's addiction. It is abusing the resources that are available to you. It's abusing drugs. It is for some type of sensation. It's abusing sexuality and taking it to the form of pain rather than pleasure. Here, this particular card would basically generally comes up saying that something's out of control. You've given into the baser aspects. You've decided to turn away from what you know is the right thing to do, and how to be able to be consensual with others, to be able to ask permission to do things. This would be the witch that creates the spell and casts the spell on somebody without them being involved, intentionally putting the act, doing the ritual to be able to cast that spell. And then when the consequences come back to them, they find ways to push that away. So they're constantly not fessing up to what they do. They're not telling the truth. They're lying to themselves. They're depriving their own senses. We want to generally turn this card upright. You want to be able to turn this card upright and act ethically, act morally, pay attention to those around you so that you can see how they're acting too, because you need consent. You need to be able to ask permission. When somebody says no in the middle of a ritual, you have to stop, or you have to let them go. They're no longer participating with what you have intended for whatever it is that you're doing here. I would love your support. I'm in the process of working to get my deck on Amazon or up in the marketplace. I need to raise enough money to print out 1,000 copies of this deck. And so I'm raising money. So I'm looking for donations for $20 to $25 for getting on the list of people to receive that first printing of the deck. On my website, I have a donate button and I have a Litecoin address. What I'm going to do is any donations that come in, I'm going to move those into Litecoin so I can save there, so that when I raise enough, I'm going to be able to take them to print. I totally appreciate your support. I hope to be able to send you a deck before too long.